Doctrine of the Last Things, Session 6. 末世论第6讲 Chapter 3, The Immortality of the Soul. 第3章灵魂的不朽 A. Different connotations of the term immortality. 不朽坏这个词不同的含义 Number 1, 第一 In the most absolute sense of the word. 最绝对的不朽坏的意思is ascribed only to God. 只能归给上帝 Paul speaks of him in 1 Timothy 6:15 and 16 as the blessed and only potentate, the King of kings, Lord of lords, who only hath immortality. 保罗在提摩太前书第6章15、16节是这样说的：那可称颂、独有全能的万王之王、万主之主，就是那独一不死、住在人不能靠近的光里这位上帝。This does not mean that none of his creatures are immortal in any sense of the word. 这个不代表着上帝所创造的受造物在任何意义上都没有不朽坏，不是这个意思。Understood in that unrestricted sense. 从这个不受任何限制的意义上来看不朽坏呢 This word of Paul would also teach that the angels are not immortal. 那么保罗这句话呢就教导我们连天使也不是这种的完全不受限制的不朽坏 And this is certainly not the intention of the apostle. 不过这个呢就不是保罗的用意 The evident meaning of his statement is 保罗这里所讲的他的用意呢很明显的是 that God is the only being who possesses immortality as an original, eternal, and necessary endowment. 意思就是说，上帝是唯一那位，他作为原来的、永恒的、必然就有不朽的，他拥有这种的不朽坏。Whatever immortality may be ascribed to some of his creatures, 不论上帝所造的受造物有怎么种类的不朽坏 is contingent on the divine will. 这些受造物的不朽坏都是偶发的，都依靠着上帝的旨意 is conferred upon them. 第二是上帝所赐给他们的。第三 and therefore had a beginning. 因此是有开始的。God, on the other hand, is necessarily free from all temporal limitations. 可是呢，上帝必然的是不受任何时间的限制的。Number 2, 第二个含义 Immortality in the sense of continuous or endless existence. 继续的存在，没有终止的存在，这种的不朽坏 is also ascribed to all spirits, including the human soul. 那这个呢是所有的灵魂，包括人的灵魂都有的。It is one of the doctrines of natural religion or philosophy. 自然宗教和自然哲学，他们其中一个的教义就是说 that when the body is dissolved, the soul does not share in this dissolution. 当身体化解的时候，灵魂不好像身体这样化解 but retains its identity as an individual being. 灵魂仍然有他自己的身份，作为一个个别的存有者。This idea of the immortality of the soul is in perfect harmony with what the Bible teaches about man. 这种的灵魂不朽坏的概念呢，是完全符合圣经所教导的人论。But the Bible, religion, and theology are not primarily interested in this purely quantitative and colorless immortality. 可是呢，圣经、宗教和神学呢，他们所关注的主要还不是这个在数量上继续延长、没有什么色彩的灵魂不朽坏 the bare continued existence of the soul. 灵魂紧紧的、赤裸裸的继续存在而已。Number 3, 第三方面，神学上的含义。 Again, the term immortality is used in theological language. 在神学的用法呢，不朽坏这个词是这样用法的 to designate that state of man in which he is entirely free from the seeds of decay and death. 是指那种人类的状态，在这种的状态里面，人完全脱离了腐败和死亡的任何的潜能或者种子。In this sense of the word, 从这个意义上来看 man was immortal before the fall. 人在堕落之前是不朽坏的。This state clearly did not exclude the possibility of man's becoming subject to death. 这种的状态很清楚没有排除着人有可能伏在死亡之下这个可能性。Though man in a state of rectitude was not subject to death. 虽然人在公义正直的状态的时候呢，没有伏在死亡之下 ，yet he was liable to it. 可是他是有可能进入到死亡的状态的。It was entirely possible, 完全有可能的 that through sin he would become subject to the law of death. 透过罪，人就伏在死亡的律之下了。And as a matter of fact, he did fall a victim to it. 而事实上，事情就是这样发生的，人就伏在死亡之下了。Number 4, 第四方面 Finally, the word immortality designates, especially in eschatological language, 第四，不朽坏，特别在末世论的用法是指 the state of man in which he is impervious to death, 就是人不再被死亡影响那种的状态 and cannot possibly become its prey, 也不再可能成为死亡所吞灭者。Man was not immortal in this highest sense of the word in virtue of his creation. 人在上帝被造的时候，纯粹因为上帝创造他呢，还不是这种的最高层次的不朽坏。Even though he was created in the image of God, 虽然他是上帝按照他的形象造的。This immortality would have resulted if Adam had complied with the condition of the covenant works. 假如亚当完全遵守着行为之约所定下的条件的话，这种的不朽坏就成为后果的。But can now only result from the works of redemption as it is completed in the consummation. 现在呢，只能透过救赎大功，一直到了完结 consummation 的时候，才能够达到。B, testimony of general revelation to the immortality of the soul. 普遍启示对灵魂不灭的见证。The question of Job, 约伯所问的问题 If a man die, shall he live again? 人死了还会再活吗？约伯记14章14节 is one of perennial interest. 这个是人类不断所关注的。And with it, the question constantly recurs, whether the dead still live. 因此呢，不断的重复一个的问题就是死人是否活着的。The answer to this question has practically always been an affirmative one. 回答这个问题呢，差不多一致性的答案是是的。Though evolutionists cannot admit that faith in the immortality of the soul is an original endowment of man. 虽然相信进化论这个理论的人呢，不可能承认相信灵魂不灭是人从起初就有的天赋，就上帝给他的。Yet it cannot be denied that. 可是不可否认的是，就是 this faith is all but universal. 这种的信念差不多是全人类都普遍所有的。And it's found even in the lowest forms of religion. 就算是在最低等的宗教里面，也有这种的信念。Under the influence of materialism, 因为有了唯物论，就是唯物主义的哲学的影响的缘故呢 ，many have been inclined to doubt and even deny the future life of man. 有些人有这个倾向，就会怀疑甚至不相信人有将来的生命的。Yet this negative attitude is not the prevailing one. 可是这个负面的态度并不是人类大多数的意见。And the recent symposium on immortality 最近有一次的不朽坏的、不灭的 研讨会 containing the views of about 100 representative men， 包括了大概100位有代表性的人物。The opinions are practically unanimous in favor of a future life。他们的意见差不多是完全一样的，他们有这个共识，就是有未来的生命的。The historical and philosophical arguments for the immortality of the soul are not absolutely conclusive。从历史、从哲学来论说灵魂不灭，这些的论点并不是绝对有说服力的。But certainly are important testimonies to the continued personal and conscious existence of man。可是呢，对人类不断的继续存在、有意识的存在，的确是很有重要性的见证。They are the following。下面是这些的论点，有4方面的论点。Number 1, the historical argument。第一，从历史角度的论据。Number 2, the metaphysical argument。第二，从形而上学的论据。Number 3, the teleological argument。目的论的论据。Number 4, the moral argument。第四，道德的论据。Number 1，第一 ，the historical argument， 从历史角度的论据。The consensus gentium， 万国的共识，列国的共识 ，is just as strong in connection with the immortality of the soul as it is with reference to the existence of God。列国的见证，不论是在神的存在或者灵魂的不灭两方面，都是很强的。There always have been unbelieving scholars who denied the continued existence of man。从来就有一些不信的学者不相信人会继续存在的。But in general, it may be said that belief in the immortality of the soul is found among all races and nations。但是一般来说，我们可以说，在所有的种族跟国家里，人们都相信灵魂的不灭 ，no matter what stage of civilization may be， 不论他们在人类文明上达到什么程度。And it would seem that a notion so common can only be regarded as a natural instinct。我们看这么普遍的一个的概念，应该是一个人自然的本能 ，or as something involved in the very constitution of human nature， 或者说呢，是人性的构造里面必然牵涉到的一件事。Number 2， 第二 ，the metaphysical argument， 形而上学的论据。This argument is based on the simplicity of the human soul。这个论据的根据是人的灵魂是简单或者简易，1、2、3的1简易的。And infers from this its indissolubility。从这个就推论到灵魂的不灭。In death, matter is dissolved into its parts。人死的时候，物质就分解成为不同的部分。But a soul, as a spiritual entity, is not composed of various parts。可是灵魂作为一个灵魂的存有物，它不是由各种不同的部分组成的 ，and is therefore incapable of division or dissolution。因此呢，它不可能分开或者是化解。Consequently， 结果是 the decomposition of the body does not carry with it the destruction of the soul。身体的腐烂并不同时有灵魂的毁灭。Even when the former perishes， 就算当身体灭亡的时候 ，the latter remains intact， 灵魂还是完整的存在的。This argument is very old， 这个是很老旧的一个的论据 ，and was already used by Plato。柏拉图当时就已经用这个论据了。Number 3， 第三 ，the teleological argument， 目的论的论据。Human beings seem to be endowed with almost infinite capabilities。人类好像有一些无穷尽的天赋、天才跟才能 ，which are never fully developed in this life。这些的才干呢，在今生永远不会完全发挥出来的。It seems as if most men only just begin to accomplish some of the great things to which they aspire。事情好像是 很多的人只不过开始成就他们追求要做到的伟大的事业。There are ideals that fall far short of realization. 很多的理想离开实现太远了。Appetites and desires that are not satisfied in this life. 很多的欲望在今生都没有满足。Yearnings and aspirations that are disappointed. 人很多的雄心渴慕在今生还是失望的。Now it is argued that God would not have conferred upon men such abilities and talents only to make them fail in their achievements. 有人这样做出一个论据说，上帝不会给人这样子的能力才干，叫他们在他们成就上失败。Would not have filled the heart with such desires and aspirations only to disappoint them. 上帝不会在人的心里面充满着这么多的愿望跟雄心，只不过叫人失望而已。He must have provided a future existence. 上帝肯定提供了一个将来的存在 in which human life will come to fruition. 在那个将来的存在里呢，人类的生命就达到那个完全开花结果的完全的地步了。Number 4， 第4 The moral argument， 道德的论据。The human conscience testifies to the existence of a moral ruler of the universe who will exercise justice. 人的良心做这个见证，宇宙里面有一位道德的统治者，他是存在的，他会执行公义的。Yet the demands of justice are not met in this present life. 可是呢，在今生里，公义所要求的并不都执行出来。There is a very unequal and seemingly unjust distribution of good and evil. 在今生，善和恶好像非常的不平等，而且分配的非常的不公义。The wicked often prosper. 恶人往往是发财的 increase in riches, 富有的 and have an abundant share of the joys of life. 在今生的欢乐里面，他们是很丰富的。While the pious frequently live in poverty. 而敬虔的人往往呢是贫穷的 meet with painful and humiliating reverses. 他们的人生里遭受了很多的痛苦和令他们羞辱的事 and suffer many afflictions. 再来很多不同的苦难。Hence, there must be a future state of existence. 因此必定有一个将来的存在的状态 in which justice will reign supreme. 在那个状态中，公义必作王 and the inequalities of the present will be adjusted. 而今生的各种的不公义会平反的。这个是从普遍启示角度、历史、哲学等等的角度来看，来证明灵魂不灭。C 本章的第3部分 Testimony of special revelation to the immortality of the soul. 特殊启示就是圣经对灵魂不灭的见证。The historical and philosophical roots for the survival of the soul are not absolutely demonstrative. 从历史、从哲学去证明灵魂是继续存在的，这些不是绝对的证明 and therefore do not compel belief. 因此呢，我们不必相信他们。For greater assurance in this matter, 我们若在这件事情上有更大的确据的话， it is necessary to direct the eye of faith to Scripture. 我们必须要有信心仰视圣经。Here too we must rely on the voice of authority. 这里我们也必须依靠着权威的声音。Now, the position of Scripture with respect to this matter may at first seem somewhat dubious. 那圣经在这件事情上的立场乍眼看下来好像不明显。It speaks of God as the only one who hath immortality, 1 Timothy 6:15. 圣经说唯有上帝是不朽坏的那一位，提摩太前书6章15节 and never predicates this of man. 从来没有说人有这一种的不朽坏。There is no explicit mention of the immortality of the soul. 圣经没有明明的提到灵魂的不灭 and much less any attempt to prove it in a formal way， 更加没有正式的去证明灵魂的不灭。Hence, the Russellites or millennial Dawnists， 因此那些罗素派或者是千禧年的 Dawn 派 often challenge theologians to point to a single passage in which the Bible teaches that the soul of man is immortal。 他们会向神学家挑战，让神学家指出一段经文，圣经教导人的灵魂是不灭的。下面是伯克夫的回应。But even if the Bible does not explicitly state that the soul of man is immortal， 但是就算圣经没有明的指出人的灵魂是不灭的 and does not seek to prove this in a formal way， 圣经也没有去正式的证明这件事 any more than it seeks to present formal proofs for the existence of God， 就等于圣经从来没有正式的去证明上帝存在一样。This does not mean that Scripture denies or contradicts or even ignores it， 但这个并不意味着圣经不承认灵魂不灭，或者与这个有相反的立场，甚至乎这个并不意味着圣经忽略这件事。It clearly assumes in many passages that man continues his conscious existence after death。 圣经在很多经文里面清楚地假设着人死了之后是继续有一个有意识的存在的。In fact, it treats the truth of the immortality of man very much as it does that of the existence of God。 事实上，圣经处理人的不灭就好像处理神的存在一样。That is, it assumes this as an undisputed postulate。 圣经把这件事情当作是一个预设，是毫无争辩的，是圣经所设定的。Number 1， 第一段 The doctrine of immortality in the Old Testament， 旧约圣经里的灵魂不灭论。在旧约方面呢，我们来看有几个小点。A. In its doctrine of God and man， 旧约的神论和人论。B. In its doctrine of Sheol， 旧约的阴间这方面的教导。C. In its teachings respecting the resurrection of the dead。 C. 旧约里面讲到死人复活。D. In certain striking Old Testament passages which speak of the believer's enjoyment in communion with God after death， 有一些很令人惊讶的旧约经文，说到信徒们死之后能够享受与上帝的交通，有这几方面的旧约的经文的。旧约是清楚的暗示着灵魂的不灭。我们下讲就开始来讲旧约的灵魂不灭论。